If you are going to occupy the space that you're in, you have to learn how to take all the junk that comes with it. That means toxic people, toxic talk, toxic thoughts, toxic everything. But you know what? You don't have to let that toxicity get in you. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Hello, I'm Ed Montgomery, aka Dr. Ed. Thank you for being with us today, right here on Vintage Wisdom. And boy, girl, do I have some fresh wine for you. Come on, pull up a table. Come on. Sit down. I'm gonna pour you something. We're gonna see if we can find us a little spiritual buzz here to take us up a little bit higher. Make sure before you do this that you place, if you're going to comment, let me know where you are. If you're not from Houston, let me know what city you're watching this from. If you're not from Texas, let me know what state. If you're not from your United States, let me know what country you're from. And share this with a good friend and hit that like button. That like button, we need those algorithms. Go ahead, hit it. I know people wait, there's no big, it's a big deal. If you're with YouTube, subscribe. Hit that subscription button and also hit that bell and let you know when we come back with a new Vintage Wisdom. Now, I made this statement about occupying the space that you are in. Years ago, I was at a dance competition. Most of you, if you've seen any of my Vintage Wisdoms, if you've seen, I think I did about a few weeks, we did a documentary. If you haven't seen our documentary, it's called Pastor Ed and Chandra Montgomery. My wife passed away, went to be home to be with the Lord. She's with the ancestors and sitting at the table with the elders. And I had gone through a heart event, and I had to start doing some kind of exercise that was really pushing. And so I started doing some, little cha-cha dance, samba, until I found out, I was told, not only can you do this, but you can compete. So I began to compete, and that's how this whole thing started. As a matter of fact, I was even trained by so many, great people who are in the dance world. As a matter of fact, I think I got a clip of Karina Smirnoff from Dancing with the Stars. I got a clip from her. So, as a matter of fact, watch this. I'll show you one of my dance training sections. Now, if you see how intense that could be, then understand something. Here is what I was told on a dance competition floor. I'm the only guy out there with the color of the skin that I am. So I'm just dancing, doing my cha-cha, my samba. I'm competing. And my trainer, she's from Ukraine, so she don't play. She don't play. You got to learn when you out there in that world, you competing in things, you got to learn, don't play with these folk. You got to learn not to play with these folk, because that's exactly what will happen. You'll get squashed. Well, anyway, I was on the floor and I was doing competitions. I was doing one here, then a few more months I might do another one, but I would get to number 2 or number 4, maybe number 3, but I couldn't break through to win. Until finally, we were dancing one day, training one day, and she asked me, she said, are your arms sore? I said, well, sometimes they are. I said, but I can lift them. She said, stretch them out. I said, okay. And so I stretched them out, and then when I finally went to a competition, I got on the floor to do a practice dance. I noticed that my arms stayed lower. She says, why aren't you stretching your arms out? I said, well, first of all, I don't see all these people too well around me. She says, that's my job. I'm watching out for you. We learn. She taught, it's a little trick we learn, how to dance when you're on the floor and you don't see everything. She says, stretch out your arms. I said, well, I don't hurt any. She says, the instructor of those other contestants, that's their job to keep their students in line. My job is with you. Stretch out your arms. Own your space. Oh my God, from Zion. Own your space. Come on, say it with me. Own my space. Say it again. Own my space. I don't have to tell you that when I got out there, when it was time to go, I owned my space. I stretched out my full physique and I started moving as if I owned it, like this is my dance. Let me tell you something. When I finished and they did not call my name for 5th place, I didn't even get 4th, I didn't even get 3rd, I didn't even get 2nd. But hallelujah, watch this. I wound up with number 1. And from that point on, I start winning competitions. Why? Because you know what the missing ingredient was? As long as I was holding my arms and pulling them in, there was my lack of confidence was showing on my face. But the moment I stretched out and owned my space, there was confidence in there, and I looked like I was enjoying what I was doing. Let me tell you something. I'm getting ready to tell you a principle. I'm getting ready to tell you something, a secret that you can never forget this. Don't you go anywhere. Stay right where you are. I'll be right back. If you don't, if you go somewhere, you're gonna regret you left at this time. I'll be right back. All right. Hit that like button. Let me see those likes coming through. You know, come on. Push it. We need them. If you just popped on, let me know where you're watching this from, the comments. Share this with somebody because they're going to want to hear what I'm about to say. Subscribe today so that you'll get all these vintage wisdom. Come a little closer. I may have to pour a little bit more of that fresh new wine here because we're going into another spiritual high. Are you ready? Okay. You have to learn to own your space in every area of your life. If you are in business, head of a company, whether you got 100 employees or whether you only got 2, you have to learn that the company or the business that you're in, if you're an employee, if you're the vice president or the manager, you got to learn how to take your part so seriously that you act like it's your company, even if it's not. And if it is your company, don't go boasting around, this is my company. You got to remember, you do work for somebody. You work for your customers. You work for your people. Own your space for your people. Politicians, hey, get off that ego if you're walking through an ego thing, and come down from that and realize you're working for the people that are around you. You have to have the confidence of your space. A while back, that horrible shooting that took place in Florida. The governor, I'm not even going there, went there and the people began to boo him. And he was there to give them $1 million for security for a black college that was there in Florida. And people began to boo him. But that's not my point. My point is, one of our people came up, I think a congresswoman or some, I can't remember, or councilwoman, and came up to tell the people, be quiet, quiet. The governor's here to give us a gift, be quiet. And so the governor said he came to give $1 million and everything. Listen, I felt like you were talking about, she was talking to children. Look, I'm nobody's child. I think it's time for us to quit talking or being as if we're children. We are sons. We are heirs in God, in Christ. We are a piece of the Father, and the Father's a piece of us. We are owners of this thing. So you got to learn how to occupy your own space. All that toxic talk, tell them, not around me. All them toxic thinking, not around me. This space I'm in is my space. And when you stretch out your wings, baby, you will win. Now that's some good wine today. Come on, join. Be a part. If you want to join, you want to be a part, hit that subscribe button. Text that text to give. That'll open up the door, all right? All right, see ya. Hello, this is Ed Montgomery. And, I actually was getting ready to say, this is Dr. Ed and Sandra Montgomery. And I think the reason I told you that is because some of you may not realize I'm wearing, actually, her glasses. Now, I can't see anything out of them because it's her prescription. So I'm just looking out into space. But the reason I bring that up is because these are memories. This is ancestry. This is the strength of our past. And ALC has been in existence for 40 years. And we are here because of the strength and the giving and the lives of so many people who have passed on in the past 40 years. Now, this is not being morbid. This is remembering that we did not get here by ourselves. How many of you know what I'm talking about? You didn't get here by yourself. Some of your mothers, your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers has been your strength. And you've stood on their shoulders, been rocked in their arms. And this is why we are here. ALC, this is why we are here. Not only about people who have been in our past, but many of you who I haven't seen for years are right here in our present, are watching this. And I want to say to you, thank you. Thank you so much for your contributions. Sometimes I read the list of people from years ago and I remember those names, and I am grateful for your contributions, for your love and for your service. And then to ALC, Abundant Life Cathedral, and our partners around the country in Florida, New York, California, Indianapolis, Boston, Massachusetts, Arkansas. See, I know where you are. If it wasn't for you and your contributions, we couldn't keep doing what we're doing. But you know what? I believe we can do it better. And we want to keep doing it better. We want to keep bringing this through the social media, through the airwaves, through our screens, through our computers. And here's how you can continue to help me do it. I know you're going to say, well, you got to give. Of course you have to give. But you know what? I'm not asking you to give from the bottom of your pocket. I'm asking you to give from the bottom of your heart. Your best gifts. Many of you tithe. Many of you have predetermined amounts that you give, that you just make sure that, hey, let this go every 2 weeks or every month. In other words, you can make this a continuing gift. Don't even bug me, don't bother me. Just make sure you receive it. And we always make sure that you get your thank you letters, and we keep you posted on everything that we do. Here, if you're going to give today, and I know you are, do it today. You can use our website. That's myalc.org. That's myalc.org. That's right there. It's on your screen. And click that donate button when you go to the website. Or you can also go to your text to give. And that's 713-742-2035. 713-742-2035. And of course you can give through your app. And many of you who are giving through your through our P.O. Box, continue to do it. Look, I just wanted to stop for a moment and say just thank you so much to you, to lift you up. I speak the blessings of God in your life. I pray for an overflow. I pray for every gift that you have given, that there will be a return, not just financially, but with your children, your family, your lives, where you work, what you do, your business. I thank God for you. And I believe that your best days are ahead. Wine gets better as it gets older. But we don't get older, we just get better. Listen, thank you so much, and I love you. See you. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash it, crash it,